This advertising technique has made more millionaires than any other method out there. In this video, I'm going to be going over awareness ads, and they're based on the teachings of Eugene Schwartz, who wrote the seminal book, Breakthrough Advertising. I think this is like $150, $180. This is the OG book. I'm pulling out all my insights out of here to show you how to make awareness-based ads. This ain't gonna be a super long, crazy video. We're gonna go through 5 stages of awareness. We're gonna go over the levels of sophistication, the keys to making winning awareness ads, and then I'm going to give you an example of the anti-aging skincare niche on the default levels of awareness to how to attack them with your ads. If you're a subscriber, thanks again for tuning in. I know I had a little bit of hiatus, but I am back and I'm making 2 videos a week for the rest of my life, hopefully going forward. And if you're new here, my name is Mason Littlejohn. I am the Meta Ads GOAT, the #1 Meta Ads advertiser for e-com in the world. Yes, I do actually think I am the best in the world at this, so that is why you should watch this video. But also, I have spent over $330 million in Meta Ads spend. I've also driven over $1.7 billion in Meta Ads attributable revenue. And yes, I am the guy who scaled Ruggable from $1 million to $500 million a year, 3 years in a row. We got partial exited at a multi-billion-dollar valuation. I have stock in the company. So I'm not just one of these random dudes who drop shipped. I've actually done this stuff at the highest level. And so that is actually why you should listen to me as well. So let's dive in the video. Let's go over some awareness-based ads. So one of the biggest parts of Eugene Schwartz breakthrough advertising is that he says advertising does not create desire. So a big issue most people have is that they think with your ads, you need to create desire in someone to do something, to want something, right? No, that's not what you want to do. Advertising used in the correct format channels existing desires that a consumer, a person already has, and channels them into your product, into the service that you are selling, right? So advertising, we're not creating desire, we are channeling desire, right? So this is super important. Again, we are not trying to create desire. We are utilizing the existing desires that people already have and pushing them towards our products and services. So now let's go over the 5 stages of market awareness. So every single brand, every single niche exists in a market, right? There's a marketplace of sellers, brands, and there's a marketplace of people, right? Then in the middle of that is the products and services that are being exchanged, right? So that is the market itself, right? And so Eugene Schwartz talks about 5 stages of market awareness. And again, every market has them. And so let's start off with stage number 1. Stage number 1 is the most aware people. So the most aware people most likely are your customers already, or they might be in your email list. So they know your product and they just need an offer. This is stage number 1, most aware. The next stage is product aware, meaning they know your product exists, but they're not sure if it's the right product for them. So right, it could be using your competitors' products and thinking about switching. They could have maybe not bought any products yet. They know about the products and brands that exist in the market and have yet to make a decision, right? And so this is stage 2. Again, this is bottom of the funnel people still, right? The third stage is solution aware, right? So they are aware they have problems. They're looking for a solution, but they have not heard about your brand yet, right? Most of the ads that e-commerce brands run are solution aware ads, right? They're going after people that are looking to solve a specific problem, but going after people who do not actually know about their brand yet, right? So again, the most aware people, the product aware people, and the solution aware people, right? This is where the majority of that early spend, early revenue is going to come from for most brands. But when you want to break out to the upper echelons of revenue, you have to venture into stage 4 and 5 of market awareness. So let's dive into those. So stage number 4 is problem aware, but completely unaware of solutions, right? So again, this is when you start moving into the really cold traffic, right? So a quick example of this would be myself, actually. Maybe I started breaking out and I actually haven't broken out my whole life. This is actually true. I've luckily had a phase where I never had acne, never had anything. And I just started getting breakouts, right? So now I have a problem, but I've never bought products to fix stuff that happens on my face, right? So this would be a perfect example of a stage 4 level of awareness where I'm starting to have this problem. It's actually becoming a very big problem for me, right? But I don't know the solution yet. So boom, I start getting ads, for how to clear up my face or whatever, now I'm ready to go, right? And then there's stage number 5. Stage 5 is completely unaware and they have no recognition of the need or the problem yet. So another example of this could be me prior to having any blemishes on my face, right? Where I don't have a need or a problem yet. However, I probably could use preventative stuff, right? Where if I started using stuff now, then I wouldn't even have the problem later, right? And again, again, this is actually the camp I actually live in right now. I don't have any problems right now, but you could probably sell me on some preventative stuff, right? If you had a product that could prevent me from it ever happening to me, right? So again, these are the 5 stages of awareness, and it's really important you understand what ads are you running to what stage of awareness. Like I said, most brands are doing stages 1, 2, and 3. However, when you want to break through the ceiling of scale, which happens to every brand, it depends. Some brands hit a ceiling at 100K a month, depending on how big the market size is, right? Some do 1 million a month, some a few million a month before they hit a wall, right? And then again, those are the first 3 stages most people advertise in. But if you want to break through the ceiling, break through these walls, you're gonna have to step into stage 4 and stage 5 and making ads for people who are problem aware, and also making ads for people who are completely unaware. Next, let's talk about levels of market sophistication. So the best example of this is going to be who I already mentioned, Ruggable. So Ruggable sells machine washable rugs, and we came into the market as the only brand selling machine washable rugs. So that is the first level of market sophistication, is being the first to market, right? And so we were the only player in the market, and all we had to do was state our claim that we sell machine washable rugs with our basic value prop, right? And this got us to basically, we went from 1 million to 16 million first year. The next year went to 100 million. We were kind of the front runner that whole time. So the market hadn't sophisticated until like after 2019. The next level of market sophistication is when competition emerges. And the way the messaging changes that level of sophistication is that now you amplify the claim, right? You're amplifying your product and who it impacts, right? So instead of just saying, hey, we sell machine washable rugs, you know, you can wash rugs, you don't have to have dirty rugs in your house. Now we're going after, hey, dog owners, hey, clean freaks, hey, cost conscious people, right? Going into different customer profiles and really differentiating ourselves on who our product helps, right? Because now we have competitors and we have to position ourselves differently, right? Third level of sophistication is market clutter. Now there's a bunch of brands in the market selling machine washable rugs, right? We're talking to all these different customer profiles, but we're lacking a unique mechanism or unique thing, right? So what Ruggable is, we started talking about our patented technology, right? Our 2-piece system, all our value props that made us different from other brands, other products in the market, right? So that's that third level of sophistication where the market is cluttered, and so now you need to talk about the unique mechanisms, the unique things about your brand that set you apart from the competitors in the market. And then there's level 4, which is oversaturation. This is where Ruggable is really at now. Again, they're doing over $500 million a year in the US, probably worldwide, maybe close to 750 million a year or $1 billion a year if you added up all the markets together. And so the market is saturated. And so how do you market and advertise when everyone knows about machine washable rugs now, right? You start to emphasize unique proof and identity, really the transformations that are happening because of your product, because of your service, right? That's really going to be, you go deeper on your story, deeper into each individual customer profile and the transformations that are happening, right? That's how you compete, by going deeper and farther than your competitors, right? And you can also do this with influencer marketing, right? The stories that every influencer is telling that represents a customer profile, right? Ruggable has one of the most massive influencer marketing programs, I would say, probably in the world for D2C e-com. And so again, that's how you go deep when the market is saturated. And the last level of market awareness, the 5th one, is hypersaturation. And you have to reframe your position as a brand, really. Again, at this level, there's so many competitors out there, right? Maybe your product's been around for a long time, right? And so in this position, again, Ruggable is not even in the hypersaturation position yet, but a good example of this hypersaturation would be soda, right? Coca-Cola, Pepsi, right? They're always reframing their position, redoing their marketing, retelling people their story, why they're better than Pepsi or why they're better than Coca-Cola. An ongoing battle year after year after year. Again, this is hypersaturation at this point, right? And so it's a constant reframing of who the brand is, who the product is, and who it represents, right? So those are the 5 levels of market sophistication. First one is first to market. The second one is competition emerges. Third one is market clutter. Level 4 is oversaturation. And then level 5 is hypersaturation, which again, probably only exists at the highest level with most Fortune 500 brands or whatnot. Now let's move on to the keys to winning with awareness-based ads. So the first thing you're going to want to do and think about is, how can you enter the conversation someone's already having with themselves in their mind, right? What are they talking about? What are they doing regarding their problem that they have, right? Or the problem they don't even know they have, right? You have to enter their mind. This is super important, right? So if I start breaking out on my my face. Now I'm aware I have a problem. What are the thoughts going through my head? What am I thinking about? What am I telling my friends and family? What research am I doing, right? You have to go inside people's heads in order to make effective ads. And number two, you're gonna wanna match your message to the level of market sophistication, right? And this is a big miss for most brands, is their message reflects a level of market sophistication that isn't true anymore, right? For example, Ruggable just says, we make machine washable rugs, we make machine washable rugs, we make machine washable rugs, right? You blend in. Everyone's saying that, right? You have to match the level of sophistication you are at, right? And so really look through your ad account, look through your ads and be like, all right, what is the sophistication of my market at? And then what type of ads am I making? And you're gonna wanna match them to each other, right? And number three, you're gonna wanna use clear, bold promises backed with proof. Again, transformations, proof of customers, customer UGC, just proof in general, scientific studies. Again, we're depending on your brand, depending on the products you are selling. Just people wanna know that it works. People wanna know that people love the product that they're about to buy, right? So social proof, influencer proof, founder proof, right? You just need proof. Proof is so important to make winning ads, but you're gonna wanna make these proof-based ads to match the level of awareness and market sophistication, right? You always have to tie all these things together. And last, you're going to want to build emotion first with your ads. You want to poke the pain that people are having, right? Get them to feel something, get them to want to change the state they're in. And then you're going to back it up with logic, right? Back it up with reviews, studies, UGC, influencers, your founder's story, your us versus them's, right? But again, you want to poke people's emotions with your ads and then back it up with logic. So ultimately, success with awareness-based ads is matching the right message with the right level of market awareness. When these two things are married together, you will have winning ads that you can scale insanely fast and profitably. So here's your homework. Diagnose your brand's market, level of awareness, and level of sophistication, and then craft copy that bridges the gap between desire and your product, right? Figure out people's desires, get inside their head, and then channel that into your product, right? So go do that homework, figure that out. What level of awareness is your market in, or most of your customers in? Then match that with the level of market sophistication so you know what type of ads to make, and channel that existing desire that people already have and connect it and channel them to your product. And last, I wanted to go over a specific example of a specific niche and the 5 levels of market awareness for this specific niche. So for this example, it's going to be anti-aging skincare. So let's go over the first level of market awareness. So for the most aware people, this is what they're thinking. I already use XYZ brand serum or face cream. Do you have a discount? Do you have some sort of offer to give me, right? So again, these are most likely customers or people who are very bottom of the funnel. The next level of awareness is product aware. And these people are thinking, I know your serum or face cream exists, but are they better than the other options that exist? Are they better than the one that I'm currently using? The next level of awareness is solution aware. And these people are thinking, I want to reduce my wrinkles, but what is the best product to do it with? And stage number 4, problem aware. The consumer is thinking, my skin looks duller and older and I feel less confident. Is there something that can actually help me? And then last is the stage 5, the completely unaware consumer. And this is what they're thinking. I don't even think about skincare, but I want to be younger and better looking in photos and I want to have clear skin. So those are the 5 levels of market awareness in relation to, again, the anti-aging skincare niche. So if you've made it this far in this video, thank you for watching. I hope you gained some awareness about awareness-based ads and hopefully you got a nugget or two, but really you're left with 3 paths. Your path number 1 is just watch this video, don't take any action, feel like you've done something by watching this video, which is probably the majority of you. There's option number 2, which is, hey, you watched this video, you took some notes maybe, and now you're gonna go implement this stuff on your own, right? Which again, bravo to you. I think you should do that. That's probably the most cost-effective way at this moment, maybe, for you to do that. But it's going to take you a lot of time, effort, energy, and might take you kind of 6 months to a year to kind of like for this stuff to really click for you, right? And then there's path number 3, which is check out my coaching program, Meta Ads at Scale. It's the first coaching program that helps e-commerce brands at any stage of growth scale profitably with Meta Ads. We've had brands come in at literally 0 from scratch that have gone up to mid 6 figures a month in revenue. Literally currently we had this golf brand that did that. We've had brands literally come in at 1K a month that we scaled to over 100K a month. We've had brands that have come in at $200,000 a month and we've scaled to over $1 million a month. And again, we still honor our guarantee that if we can at least double your revenue profitably in the 6 months that you're in the program, we will work with you for free past the 6 months. And again, I've done that with multiple brands that were already in the 6-figure range. Our offer stands for literally anybody, right? So we had another brand that came in at $400K a month, and we got them to over $1.5 million a month. So it doesn't matter if you're a brand new brand, you're a startup brand, or even a mature brand looking to scale, you are all welcome in my program, Meta Ads at Scale. So click the link below and watch the video. And if you want to join the program, fill out an application, and then you will book a call with myself or one of my team members. We look forward to speaking with you, and I'll see you in the next video.